come, gather round, everyone. They're about to talk Disney. I am still so confused as to whether I'm going to eat at Connections or Creations. So the only way I can keep them straight is I have to think, okay, well, my mouth connects to my stomach, so I guess that's Connections.
So I call Catherine to see how dinner at the restaurant is going, and she says, I can't talk to you right now. I'm talking to Mickey. So I'm like, okay, here's the big cheese. I get it. And then she says, hold on, he wants to talk to you. So she FaceTimes me, and I'm FaceTiming with Mickey as I'm getting ready for the podcast.
I don't understand why people spend hard-earned money on a Mickey ice cream sandwich in the parks. I mean, we literally all have ice cream sandwiches in our freezers at home. We don't have Mickey bars. From the mind and creator of the Disney YouTube channel Living in Diz comes a whole new Disney podcast. Okay, can we talk some serious Disney here now? Nope. Get ready for all the Disney knowledge that you can handle. It's Corey. It's Lawrence. It's the Diz Pod.
You are now listening to a member of the Disney Podcast family. Head over to Disney Podcast Family on Instagram to see all the latest posts for this show and links to other great Disney podcasts.
Hello and welcome everyone to the Diz Pod, episode 67. I say that with conviction, but I am probably lying. I don't know, but that's what I'm saying today. But it's probably less than that. I legitimately never check, but we're live right now on the Diz Pod. It's its own channel now at the Diz Pod, all one word. And I guess I say that for you if you are listening the day later, right, with iHeartRadio, Spotify, Apple. If you ever want to catch us live, go to at the Diz Pod on YouTube, and you can check us out live every Tuesday evening, Tuesdays around these parts at 7 p.m. Eastern time. How's it going, my buddy up there? How's the weather up there today?
Weather up here is good. By the way, this is 68. You're only one off.
Oh, I was close.
Yes.
You're looking, I'm not saying it, you wear it well. You look a little scruffy today. I noticed right away. And you have a hoodie on like you just came back from a basketball coaching, field school kids.
Yeah, it's a little different today. That's fine. But this is on brand, just so you're aware.
How so?
How so? Bam!
Oh, look at that. He's like, bam. That's pretty. It's a light, would you call it light blue? Maybe someone else in chat would give it a different name. I'm a guy. We just say light blue, dark blue, regular blue. It's a nice color.
Here, I'll even give you...
And it has... Oh, and look at the back. It has the back. I'm acting like I didn't design it, but I forgot. Wow. I love it. It's the Diz Pod hoodie, everybody. Run, don't walk to livingindiz.com and check that out.
On sale now at your local retailers.
Right.
Macy's, Big Lots.
World of Disney.
World of Disney.
Just go in and slide some in,
Yeah.
with a price tag. See if they sell. That would be good. The new Living in Diz Pod merch has launched at Marketplace Co-op at Disney Springs.
Oh my, could you imagine? Oh my, I would not know.
Man.
No, where it should launch is the little section of World of Disney where I met PDC. Because he's the first person that ever recognized me from the show. So I just want a 4-way display where I met him. That's where our stuff should be.
Yeah, I'm all for it. I mean, Hey, who knows when the documentary drops, maybe Disney will give us the Taylor Swift area. Didn't they do a little Taylor Swift section?
Oh, I don't know. Somebody in
I
chat will
think they
have to
did.
talk. I don't know about that one.
Yeah, they gave Taylor Swift a little section somewhere up in Disney Springs for sure. They did. So, happy Tuesdays to everyone watching. We do this live because we do it for you. And today we will cover inside the park, some Disney news, some Universal news, tips and tricks. We'll cover tips number 1002 and tips 1467, part B.
That's what's on the menu. Okay.
And if I remember those numbers, call me genius by the time we get to tips and tricks.
That's what I was gonna that's what I was gonna say. How are you gonna remember those? Okay.
I've already forgotten.
Pamela, hello. 86 JB is in the house. Dill Whip Dave and Allison Roderick. R. Roderick. And if I didn't say you already, Disney Dina. Hello. Welcome, Alyssa.
Our super family members.
Yes. Something Corey and I Corey, did you watch Friends?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
And I could never get the clap right. Down, 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 down. When you go, was it da 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 da? You know, that quick clap. Yeah. Like I was always off.
Yeah.
No rhythm.
I think it's 1, 2, 3, 4. So okay, so you remember the famous episode Pivot.
Okay. Happened in that episode.
He didn't Ross did not want to pay the delivery fee for the big sofa that he bought, so him and Rachel tried to they took it home from the store, then tried to get it upstairs.
That would be me.
And then they needed Chandler's help, and so they just kept yelling pivot to try and get it up the staircase.
Oh, okay. I've probably seen that one.
Even better than the actual episode. One day I'll just pull it up. Even better than the actual episode is the bloopers for it. Hilarious outtakes for that scene. They cannot stop laughing. Just the way he's yelling pivot. So anyway, Corey and I have gotten pretty good at pivoting because you're doing a live show, right? It's going to happen. When you're in the parks, sometimes the ride's going to go down. Sometimes it's going to snow. Oh, wait, there's no snow. Sometimes it's going to rain, right? Sometimes things just happen. And so tonight we had a guest on that was going to talk about traveling to Disney with a toddler. And her family had a work emergency that came up. So she was not able to be on, but she has rescheduled right now for November 5th. So we'll have her on for the 5th. So just a couple weeks away. But in the meantime, Corey and I are here. We're going to talk about Disney parks news updates. We've got some updates that have come out today, and some tips and tricks. So figured we would do that all for you tonight. Everybody good with that? I hope. We still have a lot of guests lined up for the rest of the year. And so we'll talk about that a little bit later on. I'm looking at the schedule now for the rest of the year. It's pretty full. There's only 4 episodes that we don't have something planned for as of right now. And I've already got people that I'm talking to fill those slots. So nice and full.
Love it. Absolutely love it. Lawrence is the bookie. He's so good. He's so good at booking.
Allison says she's seen that clip. Yeah, it's a very funny Friends clip.
Hello, Allison, Alyssa, Purple Pleasure, and Gilnack. Listen, you know what I forgot to do? I'm just thinking of this now. A package came yesterday, and I got a mysterious, not that it was a mysterious package, but don't know who it came from. Okay. Is it you? Is it you? Either there's something wrong with your neck, or you sent me a mysterious package.
Uh,
Uh,
well, it depends on the size of the box. Well, I guess it was not a box.
well, you can wear it.
You can wear it. Yeah, it was probably me. Mhm.
Thank you. How sweet is he, everybody? Hearts in the chat for my guy Lawrence. He's so good to me. Yeah, it's a I meant to wear it and I just in the rush of getting ready, I forgot it's still in the package, but
So I
it's
wore
nice.
this one, assuming you were gonna wear that one, and then you threw me off. But that's okay.
What are you wearing?
Probably pretty hard to see, but it is Star Wars.
Oh, okay. Well, just for that, listen, I can go get it, you know.
Uh-oh.
When you take the floor for a minute, I
All right,
can go get it
all right. Let's
and change up.
let's see. So, do you want to change now or do you want to wait?
Sure. Sure. Take over for a couple minutes. We'll do a quick change.
Okay. Where am I? Here I am. Oh, now you get the side view. It's probably not the best view. We'll change that. um. All right. So since we were talking about Friends, I want to know. And yes, Mom, thank you. November 5th is Election Day, so that'll be. She's already booked, so I'll have to double check that date's okay with her. Uh, I'll be doing early voting, so I don't have to worry about being there that night. Um, so I want everybody in chat to tell me a TV series that you have watched every episode and will still watch every episode when it airs. I have a few of them. Hey, Keeping It Thrills is in the house. Hello. Man, you guys have been spending a lot of time at Universal over there, huh? I may not be chatting all the time, but I do check out your streams over there. They've been hitting up Halloween Horror Nights quite a bit over there. So very awesome. Our friends over there at Keeping It Thrills. So for me, I'll tell you a couple of them. One, I'll go way back to The Honeymooners, which, by the way, there were only 39 episodes. Did you guys know that? There were only 39 episodes of the Honeymooners. And so for me, back in the day, I'd watch that with my grandmother, my mom. We would watch all the time. And Aaron, I did think of you. I did think of you for this show for sure. I was on the way home and I almost messaged you. So The Honeymooners. Then The Office. I saw somebody mention The Office. That is certainly one. Yeah, see, my mom put in The Honeymooners for my grandmother. She would still be laughing about it today, I'm sure. 86 JB says SpongeBob SquarePants. Jill Party of 4 says The Office. Dianca, The Cosby Show. And Gilnack with The Golden Girls. Let me tell you, I say recently, it might have been last year, finished that series again, binge watching it on whatever it was, Hulu or something. So for me, yeah, that's one for sure. And The Office is what you could ask Catherine. The Office is certainly one that I will watch. I don't even know how many times I've watched it over and over. But yeah, The Office is one. Keeping It Thrill says Friends and The Office. Yep, those two.
I love the writing in The Office. It's unique. It's I like that kind of comedy. It's so good. Steve Carell is perfect for that role. I
Yep.
suppose he created the role, you know?
Yes. And I heard that he did not really watch.
The British version?
Yes. Gosh, why did his name just fall out of my head? The actor who played that version.
Okay.
Ricky Gervais. So he didn't really watch and try and take after his mannerisms. And you can see that after the pilot, episode, Michael Scott just became his own, and it was nothing like Ricky Gervais. So, yeah.
It just goes to show you how talented he is, you know?
Yeah.
Um, you almost feel like, I don't know, is Steve Carell one of those actors that you almost don't know his name? You know, people don't know his name. I think he kind of borders there, right? Oh, that's the Office guy. Oh, but, you know, he has also become very famous with an animated character.
Right.
Huge. And
Right.
people may not realize, you know, that he's Gru from the Minions.
I think with voice acting for animation, it changes enough to where you don't get that relationship right away.
Mhm.
I know that happens for me quite a lot, but yeah, he is Michael Scott. You
I
couldn't
would
put
love
that row.
I would love to grab a role doing animation like that. It'd be so much fun.
86 says Only Murders in the Building, filmed across the street from me. I watched some film. Martin Short is not actually short. Exactly.
Wow.
Aaron says he knows Steve Carell. Aaron, you got to give us more. What
He's right. He doesn't know how to spell it. I think he knows who he is.
He knows who he
I don't
is.
think he.
Yeah.
Unless he's visited, you know, Universal before, and Aaron's got to hang out with him.
Yeah. Steve Carell goes and searches out Aaron. It's funny we mentioned the Golden Girls a couple times here. Michelle mentions them also. I'm sure you all remember. You could see the house back in the backlot tour back in the day. Did you were you able to do that one?
We did it. We did the backlot tour, but they must have removed that house, right? At some point before it totally went away.
That I don't.
I'm guessing that they did. I don't recall seeing that.
Gotcha.
Because we went back there multiple times on vacation.
Yeah, that and so I remember that, and then the spaceship from Flight of the Navigator, which is one of my favorite.
Probably my favorite artifact to see in the backlot tour was the desert skiff from Return of the Jedi, like the one that, you know, Luke and Han were taken out on to be executed.
Aaron says Bruce Almighty, Evan Almighty, and 40-Year-Old Virgin. Yeah, 40-Year-Old Virgin certainly for me was one of the first movies I saw Steve Carell in, and I was like, oh, this guy's funny. And then Bruce Almighty, he just went right along with Jim and took over that one scene where he's at the desk is just phenomenal. And Evan Almighty actually has a huge part in this house because that was the movie that Catherine and I went to see on our first date.
First date movies. Life with Eddie Murphy. Tammy and I. Yeah.
Okay. When would that have been?
Put boy, I don't even know. We got married in 2002. Probably 99, 98, 99 maybe.
Okay. Yeah, ours was 7/4/7, July 4th, 2007. So yeah, it's been it was a little chilly, so that's why I'm wearing my hoodie. But it's a Diz pod as we said earlier. So
this is the time where, you know, when you live in Florida, that you're definitely separated from the world, right? You need to see images on TV or talk to someone somewhere else, or you, like, my brain can't even process that you're getting a little bit chilly there and you have to put a hoodie on, you know, and then it'll get colder and they'll be, oh, we had snow yesterday. What? But it was 90 here. You know, we're stuck in a time warp here.
The grass is starting to go dormant, so it's starting to turn brown as it goes to sleep.
I'm waiting for that.
the year.
The grass slows down here too. It's like you don't have to mow like for a couple like it'll stay a little bit green, but you don't have to really mow for like 2 or 3 months.
But it
That's
does lose its green down there?
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, if yeah, because it doesn't rain as much. It doesn't rain
Mm,
as much. And they actually restrict how many times you can water a week. It goes
ah,
from 2 to 1. That's
got
weird, right? Doesn't make sense, right? Well, okay, I get it. I guess it does make sense. If you're using more water when it's not raining, then we're going to deplete the source. So
mm, yeah.
that's probably why they do that.
Yeah, very,
So I was right. It was 1999, the release date. Life. Dianca knew too.
I thought Tammy popped into chat and corrected you.
Oh, she will. She will
Yeah.
too. Did she?
No,
I
I
didn't
didn't.
see her.
No.
Nope.
No. So,
I like this, but everybody's chiming in. First date movie for Dole Whip Day was Sweet Home Alabama. There you go. Take that girl to that rom-com.
mhm.
That was good. Sweet little Reese Witherspoon. Ooh, Aaron you took her to see Raya and she stayed with you? Well, okay.
Wow. Wow.
My date movie was Bolt for 86. The dog had superpowers. Yes, he did.
Well,
It's supposed to be cooler tomorrow here in Florida. A high of 71, says Tammy in chat. Yeah, it's going to come to a point now where we have to like start looking at before we pack for Disney. Okay, are we packing for umbrellas or are we packing for a hoodie, or a Spirit jersey? That's legitimately how it goes. You take
wow.
one or the other. Yeah, because the rain stops. Spaceballs, very good first date movie.
Spaceballs. Wow. Um,
Yeah,
yeah, I like this. I like this. You guys going way back, and
yeah,
a
yeah,
good
yeah, yeah.
variety from Spaceballs to Raya.
And really, you're a victim of what's playing that week, right?
That's
Well,
that,
let's see what's playing.
that's true.
But Eddie Murphy's Life was a good choice. It was a good choice by us.
It
We
was
enjoyed it.
Aaron's deflecting. He says it was her idea.
Oh, he's putting the blame on her. I
uh,
didn't see Raya in the theaters.
we have not seen it at all.
Raya is I mean, I don't want to knock anybody that loves Raya because there's people out there that have got to love it, but I think it's one of those that are kind of forgettable. Raya. And
And
I
yes,
never saw Wish. I never saw Wish and have no intentions because I think it didn't do well and I don't think you were super crazy about it.
so number one, I saw it as a preview, and I saw it on Mickey's birthday, so it had a little bit extra meaning there. Um, no, it wasn't a I'll go see it again in the theaters. But we did watch
Yeah.
it when it came out at home again.
Okay.
So,
I'll tell you what. Um we're all on board for Moana 2.
oh yeah,
It looks like it has potential.
yeah,
It looks like it has a lot of potential. Like when you're watching the trailer to Moana and I'm just going blank on the little guys' names. Little coconut heads. You'll all tell me in chat, I'm sure. But have you seen this part? They all spit darts like into her back and
yes.
she passes out. I'm like, that is funny. That is funny. I can't believe they shot Moana in the back. This is going to be good. So, and it's probably now this is where I always get confused. Is it Pixar?
No,
Okay. If I did have to guess, I was going to say only Disney on that one. So,
yeah, yeah. That one's just
it, well, if Bob Iger laid the hammer down and said he wanted the next 3 movies when he was talking to the makers, talking staff, animators, and everything of Inside Out, when he opened the door and said, these next 3 need to really hit.
hmm
I wonder if he passed that on to like the people of Moana 2 and some others. Yes, right, the Kakamoras. Thank you. So I wonder if he slammed the hammer down there too. Uh, so, we might see good quality. Remember, when Iger took over, Paycheck just had way too much. And then, I've said Paycheck so much, I can't even say Chapek. Paycheck just it rolls off the tongue so well, leaves the lips nicely. Uh, but he said we need to clear things out. It's too, but Paycheck was a guy who was a media guy, so he was really trying to pump out that content. So I'm
Hmm.
not defending nor being against him, but he came on a tough time of COVID where streaming media was all we had. So they really had to pump out content, and he was pumping out a lot of that content. I don't know if they would have done that much if COVID wasn't happening, but that's what they did. So I think when Iger came in, he was like, okay, there's a lot of he was probably combining bad reviews, which translates into bad box office and bad bad returns with, say, Disney Plus memberships, and just the criticisms of Star Wars shows, Marvel just not living up to the quality that it had
Hmm.
before, and said we need quality over quantity. So I'm paying attention to that, right? I think that since he's taken over and we're starting to see shows roll out potentially, that we're seeing better quality. If you're listening on the replay anywhere, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Apple, and more, please comment. Go to at living in. I'm sorry, wrong one. At the Dizpod on YouTube and leave some comments on this, and you all can comment later and if you want right now in the chat. Um, do we think that we're starting to see better quality movies and shows from Disney now that it's kind of run its cycle? I feel like we're probably starting to see this stuff now where Inside Out came out, and Inside Out is a product of we need to turn things around, and it hit home in a big way.
So it's funny because knowing how long animated movies take, animated feature films take to make, I kind of feel like maybe this was already in the works before Iger's return. But then again, look at the announcement when we got the announcement about Moana 2. Like, hey guys, we're going to do a Moana 2. And guess what? It's not going to be 2027. Like, it's coming out. Like, so there were a lot of little surprises there. And I don't know if it's because the stuff just hadn't gotten out yet and they were waiting on it. If it was, I hate to use the word rushed because that has a very negative connotation there. Um, so I don't know. It's kind of interesting because I feel like if it's the typical timeline, then it had to been like Iger's first day back. Okay, folks, we're gonna stop putting out, less than stellar production, and we're gonna start getting some really good ones out there. But that had to been like day one conference room meeting, because otherwise it does seem like it was pretty quick turnaround on those.
Yeah. Like you said, it does take a while, so they were probably in the works. But, who knows at what level did they rework things, really
R-
look it over, refine it? I'm sure they took a look at that stuff.
Yep.
So, yeah, I think it's important to keep an eye on stuff that's rolling out now. And Star Wars is reworked. I mean, how many times did we have a Star Wars movie? Like, it felt like every year.
Mm-hmm.
And there's nothing. It's been quiet, right? For a
Yeah.
while on the Star Wars front.
What was the
There really
last?
hasn't been much. Well, the last show, wasn't it? Was it Ahsoka? Or was it? Oh, it was 86 JB really liked it, and I never finished it, which was The Acolyte.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think
Um,
that's the last show. I don't know what the last
and
movie was.
Marvel hit it huge in the movies recently with Wolverine and
Yeah,
Deadpool.
yeah.
You got to watch that. Oh, do you watch any Marvel movies? Because you look like the new Captain America. You should go as him for like Mickey's Not So Scary or something.
um, I do. I don't. We don't go to many of them, and I want to say that we saw Deadpool 1 and 2 at home. Um, So I'm trying to think of the last Marvel movie that I did go see. It's been a while. It's been
Hmm.
a while. Yeah. Batman might have been the last one. Oh no, wait, that's DC. Did you ever do that as a
Right.
kid, or did you know the two? Were they always separate in your head, or were there any that you were like, wait, I think that's Marvel. Wait, is that DC?
They might have been separate because I had a tiny window where I collected comic books.
Ah,
I had a tiny window of that. And then I just probably dropped it for because baseball took up my life when I was young.
mm-hmm.
So I probably stopped doing that part of it.
Gotcha. Yeah, I wasn't a big comic fan, so until they really started hitting with the movies, I wouldn't have known who was who.
I mean, I do regret it though. I don't know if regret's the right word, but it would have been really nice to be really well versed in the Marvel universe. And the only way to have done that is to have read a lot of the comic books when
Mhm.
these movies started rolling out, because I love watching these types of movies with people that have that knowledge, because it's easy to say, okay, who's that? What's the backstory of this person? And
Yeah,
they can tell you, and it's more meaningful. So, yeah.
yeah. Catherine and I were talking today about Wicked and going to see that when that came out. Preview came on or commercial came on. Might have been during the Mets game yesterday, and I was like, "Yeah, we got to go see that." And she's like, "I should read the book. The book's in your office." So apparently, Wicked is down there somewhere.
Oh,
Um,
uh, I just feel like that movie is going to be huge. I think it's going to be huge. I think it's going to be. I told Jacob, and he reminded me. He reeled me in. I get a little excited by the trailer when we see the trailer every weekend now in the movies, and
mhm.
I turned to him recently this movie of 2024, and he's like, Deadpool, Wolverine, and I was like, oh shoot, that's true. That's true. That's going to be hard to beat. They're two different movies, but
Yeah,
I think this one has the potential to be, top two, or it's going to be up there. It just looks really, really good. I'm
yeah.
good at reading movies for myself anyway, and overall for the overall general public. I think this one. I'll go in to Wicked. I hate to go in too high, but I'm gonna go in. I'm gonna go in with a solid 85% on that one. We like to go in with it, and then we come out and compare.
Hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
86 says if you like Batman, you'll like the new show, The Penguin.
Okay. Yeah, I know he's talked about that in chat. We'll have to put it on our list.
Yeah, yeah. So we're gonna cover a little bit of the news. There were a lot of stories that came out leading up to yesterday, and I kind of knew what we were going to talk about. And then, like in the last couple hours, there's been a lot of news that came out. So I didn't even have a chance to put them as I normally do in the show. So we're gonna make it a little bit different here. But let's cover some news. So let me switch over here. And we're going to cover Dr. Disney, of course, is our news source.
Provider.
Thank you for the DizPod here. So we're gonna talk about if I can get this to work, maybe. All right, maybe that's not gonna do it.
Well, while you're doing that, I can read the headline up there, and it says, there's a little piece blocked from me, but I can see subscribers can add an extra. Oh, Disney Plus subscribers can add an extra member to their subscription for an additional $6.99 per month on the basic plan, and $9.99 per month for the premium plan. Well, hey, I think that's a win-win. I have no problem with that. I mean, you're getting another. Now, I'm assuming that if I have Disney Plus and you're like, hey, man, help me out, man. I really want Disney Plus, but I don't want to put up that 9.99 or 16.99 or whatever. Hey
Right.
Corey, you mind if I you add me onto the plan for 9.99? Disney gets additional money that they may not have been able to get, so it's a win for them, and it's a win for you because you get to enjoy Disney Plus.
Exactly. Exactly. So, there were the thing is that they were starting to track IPs, and not I shouldn't say they, because there were plenty of providers that are doing this now. Netflix is starting to crack down on password sharing, Disney Plus, and I'm sure others will follow suit as they start to look for additional revenue streams. So this is just an additional revenue stream where they can, um, have this plan where your say my mom doesn't want to pay the $10 for Disney Plus, but she has Finley always going over there. So when Finley's over there, she wants to watch Disney Plus. All right, I'll cover the $5 so that you can have Disney Plus at your house for Finley. Something like that. So I think that's okay.
Then when Finley gets old enough and she's not going over anymore, would you take it away from mom?
Snatch it away.
You're done, mom. You're done.
That's it.
This was never for you.
Not for you. I may actually switch cameras here. All
That's good too. That's your good side. So good job.
all right. So Tiana's is going to be opening over in Disneyland November 15th. And the Louis Critter Club is going to be opening on the 23rd. So I forget who it was. Somebody in chat was really excited about Tiana's in Disneyland. So I don't know if that was.
So this happened in Disney World, if I'm not mistaken. Like Tiana's opened first, and then the Critter Club opened. Like,
yeah.
There's got to be a reason for that. Then why that's happening?
Yeah, I'm not sure, but you're right. It did move. Look, I have a wireless mouse. I'm getting all sorts of fancy over here.
Wow. So I wonder if it has anything at all to do with, did they just want to not have so much crowding over there, getting the new merch, and just have everybody over at the Emporium instead, because that's kind of the way it was initially.
Right.
Might be a crowd control thing.
That was my first thought, was trying to get the crowd, under control. You don't want to have you're going to have for the first couple weeks, or the first week, I guess, a lot of concentrated folks over there. So maybe not have the merch, because the store, I mean, I don't know about in Disneyland, but in Disney World, if you look at it, you've got a very small store compared to the amount of room that you have for the actual ride.
Yeah, the amount of people getting off, you would just get all backed up. So
yeah. So this animatronic disappeared from Dinosaur. Oh
no, that's such a great one.
Yeah. And he has been replaced with some additional raptors so that it just wasn't blank. So we don't know if he's going to be gone forever or if he might return next week. Who knows?
That's interesting, right?
Especially because that ride is, I guess you could say in an influx. We know it's going to be closing soon. So what are they going to do with it?
Yeah, I guess you could make a case for both, right? They removed him because he's defective, and they're just going to throw some raptors down, and he's just not going to return. But if he returns, it makes me feel like maybe Dinosaur is going to be around a little longer than we think.
Maybe. So speaking about Dino Land here, I don't know when the next time you're going to Animal Kingdom is, but
lay the date on me.
You have a little bit of time.
Oh yeah.
Triceratops Spin, Fossil Fun Games, which we did for the first time on our last trip, and Chester and Hester's Dinosaur Treasures, which is where you could have picked up your last magnet, funny enough, will be closing January 13th, 2025. So the last date for all of that will be January 12th, 2025. No closing date on Dinosaur, the Boneyard Play Area, Restaurantosaurus, Dinobite Snacks, and Trilobites. No date yet. So, yeah, if you want to get on Triceratops spin, you better head over there soon because its days are numbered.
Yeah. All right. I can see us getting over there prior to that closing. So when you're looking at January, I'm gonna guess. I'm gonna guess what that day is. Thursday. No, it's a Sunday. Okay.
Oh wow.
That's kind of surprising to like close something on a weekend.
Yeah. Yeah.
I always feel like Disney does things, on a Thursday or something
Yeah.
to try to keep the crowd down somewhat from the locals. Yeah, so we'll do something, we'll go there and I can see the thumbnail now, dig in Dino Land for one last time,
Mhm.
Maybe we play a game, we ride Triceratops spin, we get a snack, we do a little shopping over there, and we'll wave goodbye.
Yeah.
We'll bring the tissues.
So a little bit of a delay in dates. Little Mermaid, a musical adventure, which was supposed to be opening fall of 2024, has been moved to summer of 2025. Work is expected to begin in
Oh,
weeks to remove the old show marquee and prepare for the new show's arrival. And there's some of the artist concept for it.
now here's a thought. This is opening. Is this a temporary show? It would have to be a temporary show if we think Monsters Land is going there because it would not fit there by concept art and theming.
Then by your theory, you're also going to lose the junior dance
Disney
party,
Junior. Yeah.
which is the only
Yeah,
other
yeah,
thing really on that side, right? It's
Yeah,
just
you would lose that, and you'd lose the character meet and greets for Star Wars, which they will not let that up. So, we're going down a different path now, but that's okay. It's free talking tonight.
right.
Then if you move the characters, they're gonna have to move. Man, well, you either move them near Star Tours because you used to be able to, you used to be able to meet. The first time I met a stormtrooper or Darth Vader was in the forest,
Mm.
in the queue outside of Star Tours. So they used to do meet and greets right there. So they might have to move meet and greets there because you
Uh,
don't want to mess the timeline up over at Galaxy's Edge.
So you have the Star Wars meet and greets. Then you also have um, the Disney Junior meet and greets. So
Right.
they could easily, fit them somewhere else without really disturbing anything. I don't see an issue there. I mean, look at where Goofy meets. Look at where Daisy and Donald meet. They're right they're right on Grand Avenue outside Muppets. So you could fit the juniors over there, put two on one side, two on the other, and be done with it. So we'll see. I hadn't really thought about that initial space animation courtyard being part of Mets, but or part of so you got me thinking baseball now. Thanks, Mom. Part of Monsters Inc., but we'll see. Another closing date, Big Thunder Mountain, January 5th. And it's going to be closed for at least a year. They say that it will be closed for an extended refurbishment of at least a year, and it will be back with a little bit of new magic. So the theory is that when it comes back, that is going to be more Disneyland-like, where some of those explosives and things are added to to our ride. So, but that's gonna be a long time. That's a long
It
flight.
is a long. It's an exact year. Like it's
Yeah,
wow. That's a long time. So we have okay. So January, we got to hit that before January, or yeah. I'll look at the dates because we're
yeah.
blocked out a little bit. So
You would have to do December or right as it closes.
yes, that's exactly what I'm thinking there. So we'll have to get a little POV on it and take that final ride until it
Mhm.
debuts as the new thing. And once again, at least for a little while, right? Big Thunder Mountain will be rejuvenated. I've seen it on videos. It's pretty cool with the dynamite, going through the caves and everything like that. So
Yeah,
should be pretty good.
should be, should be. Uh, Jungle Cruise reopens tomorrow. Been
It
closed for
doesn't because of that fact. We'll be there. I hope that the wait times aren't too crazy, and if it's not too crazy, we'll get on it.
Yeah, I wouldn't think it would be too crazy. It's been closed for a couple months though, and it will reopen tomorrow. And they also announced that Jingle Cruise will return on November 2nd, just a couple weeks away. 2 weeks.
I love Jingle Cruise. Jingle
Yeah,
Cruise is so much fun. It's a nice overlay. I still wish that we had the overlay for Nightmare Before Christmas at the Haunted Mansion. I
yeah.
really do.
I
You
would
know
say
what?
that one over Small World, right? The Small World overlay, I think right now, I don't know if it's still there, was Encanto. But everybody wants the Nightmare Before Christmas overlay.
Mhm. Now that I'm thinking of it too, they do such a great job with changing jungle to jingle. How about we do a Halloween theme? I think that would be a very easy thing to do to
Uh, I,
change it.
I could go with that. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I'd get down with that. I don't know what you call it, but
That's what I was thinking. We'd have to come up with a name for it. Jingle Jungle is good, but
something.
well, we'd have to think about that.
Yeah, I see. I see. It says Jungle Cruise, and then it says exotic. You could change that to I don't know horror or something. I don't know. Whatever. We'll figure that out. More to
Jungle
come.
Cruise Horror.
Apparently, it snows in California early because snowcap's already on the
Look at that.
That was the comet. This I thought was funny. I'm so glad Dr. Disney pointed this out because I saw it and I thought this was funny too. So they had posted this picture where it says "Rides of Extinction," and I immediately thought that's funny because that ride is going is going to be extinct um,
Ah,
pretty soon.
that's funny.
Okay, this looks like it's right up Corey's alley. Um, So over in Amorette's over in Disney Springs has some Halloween treats, a Minnie Mouse dome, Madame Leota petite cake, and a wilting rose, and then Jack Skellington eclair. I could see Corey eating the Minnie Mouse dome.
Oh, of course. This all looks really good. Where can you get this stuff?
Amorette's
Oh,
at
you want to know something? You want to know a not so fun fact? We have never stepped foot inside Amorette's.
but you know where it
Have
is.
you?
Not like me and um the Hangar Bar. I was like, where's that?
Funny thing, it is right near the hangar bar. Nope, I'm lying to you. It is not. I had to check myself there for a second. For some reason, I had it on the corner of one of my favorite places to visit right now in Disney Springs. You know what it is?
What's that?
I guess we can talk about that on Inside the Parks.
Okay. All right.
I'll keep you hanging. How about that?
Oh, that's right. You were at Disney Springs this weekend.
Yeah.
Uh,
And by the way, I have a name. I have a name. If
okay.
we ever got Jingle or Jungle Cruise as a Halloween layover, ready for this?
Mm-hmm.
Jangle Cruise. It would be the Jangle Cruise. And you go, Jangle? Well, the definition of jangle, it could be a sound associated with a rattling cage or a haunted house. Uh, Jangling could also be used to describe a sound of rattling bones or a ghostly chain. Welcome, welcome, welcome to Jangle Cruise.
Perfect. So, all you got to do is change that one letter. No big.
See? That's what I'm saying. I got to pitch this to Disney.
So it's funny, you said Jangle, and before you said Jangle, I thought Jingle Jangle, but that is actually a Christmas movie on Netflix. It's one of my favorites. It's with
It's also lyrics in a song from Rudolph.
yes.
Jingle, jangle, jingle. Can you hear my sleigh bells ring? Yeah.
We have no idea what we're doing anymore. All right.
We're off the rails.
Universal. So this one is a rumor coming from the Wall Street Journal. Universal expects Epic Universe to be fully open as early as Memorial Day weekend 2025, and tickets are expected to go on sale this month, which is like 2 weeks. Universal has made no official announcement, and I'm sure our resident Universal team member will plead the fifth on this. But what are your thoughts? Because this is strictly a rumor. You think this is going to come to fruition, or you think that's hopeful?
I would think that the Wall Street Journal is credible, right? And they have an interest in the financial markets in the world and the country, right? So, I mean, if they know something, Wall Street has to know something, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I'm being too naive in terms of newspapers reporting things inaccurately, but you would hope, in the sake of journalism, that they know a little bit of something. So, I would buy that rumor that they're on schedule for that. I mean, they've come on video saying that, Universal themselves, that they are ahead of schedule. And I believe original rumor dates or assumptions were summer of 2025. So if that just drops you back a little bit to Memorial Day, then I'm going to buy that right
Mm-hmm.
there and say, I think there's truth to it. Now, the problem I have with everything is, especially if tickets go on sale, tickets cannot, if that part is true, tickets cannot go on sale for this unless we know what the APs are dealing with,
Mm-hmm.
because nobody knows yet.
I was just telling that to Catherine today. Like, we have no idea what annual pass holders are what options we're going to have.
And I don't think silence is a good thing on that.
I would agree with you.
There's been so many people on YouTube trying to predict or guess what they think it's going to be. There are just so many different scenarios. It could be I've heard a separate AP pass just for that park.
Mm-hmm.
I've heard a combination, kind of like what they've done with Volcano Bay and Universal and Islands. For us as pass holders, you get Islands and you get Universal, and for an extra cost, you can tack on the water park. We're just assuming, okay, wouldn't they just tack on Epic?
Right.
But they might see such potential to make a ton of money. Would you, as a pass holder, or anyone listening and watching now, or watching or listening later, you can comment down below afterwards, or if you're watching live, you can comment in the chat. Would you, as a pass holder that currently is paying for 2 or 3 of the Universal parks right now, just rather have them tack it on, or go ahead and make it a separate AP? I feel like if they make it a separate AP, you're looking at more money, right? I feel like if they were to tack on a cost to an already existing AP, that maybe it's $50 more a month per person. But if they do AP, and if you're paying monthly, it might be $100. It might be $80.
Yeah. Yeah, I think adding on would be the best way, you know. So maybe you add on another level to the pass. Whatever the top tier is I think the one that I have. Um, so maybe now there's one above that that also adds in um, Epic Universe. I just worry that uh, even with that, it's not going to be unlimited visits to Epic Universe in the beginning. Like I think it's still there's still going to be blackout dates for that. I don't think there's going to be an unlimited pass for Epic Universe for the first year, maybe even the first 2 years. But hopefully I'm wrong. But I just feel like that's a direction they might go in, just based on what we know of. You know, what is it? A 3 day ticket that they're offering, but the only one of the days is Epic or something like that.
Yes, the
But
other two you have to use at Islands and Universal.
yeah, so I just feel like that's
And
what's
and
going to happen.
and we're not gonna put out money for that. We're not gonna buy a 3-day ticket per person to experience, um,
One part.
Epic for 1 day.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
It's such a mystery still.
yeah. Well, maybe we'll know something about it later. Um, Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. You got a new float for the Disney Cruise Line called Magic
Oh,
Meets the Seas. So that'll be their float this year. That'll be pretty cool.
pretty cool. Yeah.
This kind of recaps 2025, which is building up actually to be a pretty good year. Number one, I think of all of this, what I'm most excited about is the first item that Dr. Disney talks about, and that's Disney Starlight, the new nighttime parade. I'm just ecstatic about that.
Oh, man, 3 seasons to go on that one. Uh, can't wait. It's gonna add an extra dimension to being at the park, any evening, and it'll be great for streamers. It'll be great for guests to have that extra thing to look forward to.
Hmm.
Um, our Disney World Fix is in the chat. Where do you think this is going to fall in terms of nighttime? Um, it's been so long. I was trying to remember. I feel like, and things probably fluctuated and changed, but the way I remember them working in the Electrical Light Parade was like you got the parade, then you got fireworks, and then you got like an 11 o'clock parade.
Mm.
So they'd run it twice. So I
I
don't know if they'll run this twice and will it come well, I guess if they ran it twice, you do it once before fireworks. I mean, let's look at today's Magic Kingdom. You know, Happily Ever After is going off at 8:30. So would we see this parade? I don't know. I don't remember seeing the first one that early. Maybe they'd have to tweak it and Happily Ever After goes off at 9, but the parade comes down at like 8:15, and then you see it again at, I don't know, 10:15, something like that.
uh, yeah, I think you'd have to, especially in the beginning. I think you'd have to run this twice. You know, similar to Fantasmic, right? When Fantasmic came back, when Fantasmic came back, it was twice every night, wasn't it?
Yeah. So I mean, if they can do Fantasmic twice and they still do it twice sometimes, you can run a parade a couple times, and I think what it will do is you just use your currently we can only measure that against Mickey's Not So Scary and Very Merry Christmas Party, right? Where there is a parade.
Yeah.
There it is. There it is. What? 8:15 for Mickey's Not So for Booty You,
Hmm.
and then you get firework. No, you get two parades then fireworks, don't you? For that one. It's
Uh,
parade, fireworks.
no, I think it's parade.
No?
It's parade.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. I've only been twice.
yeah, parade, fire,
Uh
parade, and then we
Yeah,
do the.
so it's the same formula. So what happens is you do the parade. Everybody's gonna be there that can be there.
Mm-hmm.
You ride rides. This is the strategy right now. This is tip 1002. And that's what it is. When the parades start to hit, you go do something else. in the park. Let parade number 1 go. Do rides. The ride times will lighten up, so you can take advantage of that. And then you do fireworks, and then you stay for the second parade. You don't have to wait as long. It'll be less crowded because after the first parade and fireworks, 62% of park capacity is out of there. I made that number up.
Where will you watch the parade from?
To me, the golden spot, the best spot to watch the parade is from Main Street. I have to decide if I like it from the side or I just really love from a shooting standpoint. I do love standing at the very end of Main Street where the floats are coming head on with you and then they turn. I love that spot. So it's either there or just up a little bit in front of the Emporium, maybe.
Now, I would say Liberty Square. Thinking to the lighting for Booty U. I like the lighting in Liberty Square much more than I do Main Street because it is really dark over in Liberty Square.
Okay.
And I think with this parade, the way it's going to be, just thinking about, kind of a new version of the electrical parade, I think that you're going to, it's the colors and everything the colors, the lights are all going to seem more vibrant in Liberty Square. So we'll see. If there's two
That's a
parades,
good
I'm watching it in two places though.
That's a good point. That's a really good point. And I think in the beginning, I'm gonna do just what everyone else is gonna do that's streaming it, which is you're gonna show it twice,
Mhm.
and probably would try two different locations. I'm not a huge fan of what you're talking about, but you sold me on it because of the brightness. Like Booty U's cool over there, but I always want to get Main Street because it is a little bit brighter. I don't think Booty U is very bright. I think it's a darker
Correct.
parade.
That's right.
So I'd like to see that one on Main Street. And I
Yep.
also think the Christmas parade needs to be seen on Main Street too, because
Yeah.
I don't think it's that bright when you're in the darker areas and you want to see the snow and the whole effect. There's something magical about all that happening on Main Street. But this is a parade that I could see could shine more in those darker areas. No
Mhm.
pun intended, but a little bit.
You also have the Pirates of the Caribbean Tavern opening this year coming up. You have
Arr.
Spaceship Earth Lounge opening up, Test Track 3.0, and over in Hollywood Studios, you have the Villains live stage show and Little Mermaid opening as well. And then Animal Kingdom, you have Zootopia Better Zoogether, excuse me, in the Tree of Life opening winter. So of all of this, the Zootopia show is the first one to open. But there will,
No, that's 2025.
yes, I believe I think it's like January, February is what my understanding was.
That would make okay. That would make sense, I guess.
Yeah. They are a little vague there, but I thought that I had heard that. So
I'm,
this is going to be pretty good.
I'm trying to visualize this as I look at it now. Like we're looking at it. So the first thing that rolls out scroll down a little bit, please. Oh, you're showing this. Okay. After that, just kind of want to visualize like the first quarter, like
Mhm.
what are we looking at, and as we roll to the next quarter and the next quarter. What are you most excited about besides the parade as we look at these things? Lounges will be cool, but I don't know how often we will visit them. But the lounges will be fine. It's
I
not
don't know.
something I'm super excited about. The villain show, I think, would probably Test Track sitting there too.
It's tough, right?
I don't know. There's a lot of stuff.
So
Forget I asked that.
I think my top three are going to be, excuse me, the parade, probably Test Track, and then the Villain stage show. Which is
I am going to agree with you in that order.
so That gives me a nighttime spectacular, right? Because that's what the parade's going to fit into. A ride, test track, and a show, the Village stage show. So you kind of get a little bit of everything there, actually, in my top picks. Like you said, the lounge, the tavern, you get there once in a while. I mean, Oga's is great. How many times do we go to Oga's? You know,
That's a good question. I mean, and I don't even know if Oga's is easier to get into these days. It's been a while. I know it's a bar, but I'd like to see different items offered food-wise over there.
I would I would too. The other thing for me with Oga's is their their pre-mixed drinks. I don't know, if I go to a bar and you're gonna spend that kind of money,
Oh,
I'd like it to not be pre-mixed.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Sorry, did I just shatter the glass for you?
Our
They're
Disney World Fix says, "Remember they turn off the lights on Main Street," but I still feel like the light it's still
yeah,
bright
that
enough on
yeah,
Main Street still.
yeah, exactly. Because you still got the stores, the bakery,
Yeah.
Starbucks, and all that are open. So, how about this one starting tonight? So you're gonna have to head over there now. The Vampire Stitch popcorn bucket is available during Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party. Nice of them to wait till there's only like 4 parties left.
I mean, well, that tells me that maybe those will be available, well, Halloween's now, so you might be
Yeah.
able to get that one as soon as the parties are done. Does this replace, the Mickey one, or is this in addition? And it looks like we don't know where this is available exactly.
There's a lot of comments here. I'm not going to open that, but he doesn't say here, so we're not. I'm going to go. We're not sure because it was before the party. We certainly know by this point now because it's 8 o'clock. So and one, I think this is the last one. So new holiday fun coming to Disney's Animal Kingdom and Hollywood Studios this year, including Santa Claus in Restaurant Source and juggling elves. Juggling elves. All right. In Animal Kingdom from November 12th through December 24th, guests can meet Santa at the 75th annual Dino Institute holiday party. Nice of them to throw a party right before they close. On the patio at Restaurantosaurus. Be sure to stop by Discovery Island for the return of the happiest little animal heard around the Merry Menagerie. Over at the Adventurers Outpost to meet Mickey Mouse and Minnie Mouse dressed in their festive finest together. So, a little bit of Christmas love for Animal Kingdom, which, by the way, I like the theming of Animal Kingdom at Christmas time. I think it's pretty cool. Hollywood Studios, you've got starting November 12th, you have Juggling Elves. These holiday helpers deliver festive cheer with a side of shenanigans as they show off their skills of juggling, comedy, and more. So that's new. That sounds pretty fun. The Holiday Spirit Band. This dynamic brass group will make everyone in your party want to join in the fun and stroll into Santa's good graces. Is Neil going to be playing with them? We'll have to find out. If Neil disappears while you're at Hollywood Studios this holiday season, you have to go
That's
look.
where he is.
There, yeah. And Seasons Jukebox, enjoy the festive performance and pep of a collegiate marching band, hard-hitting horns. Oh, maybe that's where he would be. Rocking drummers and dazzling dancers will bring to life everyone's favorite holiday classics and more. So that's pretty cool. Then you also have a holiday overlay for the first time in forever, a Frozen sing-along celebration. Got to be one of the longest names for an attraction, by the way. Find Santa greeting guests at It's a Wonderful Shop and at Sunset Seasons greeting. Say that 3 times fast. Festive projections on the Hollywood Tower Hotel and magical snowfall all along Sunset Boulevard once the sun sets on Tinseltown. And I just love that street and the way they decorate there for Christmas.
Absolutely. I love being around the lake at Hollywood Studios and just listening to the classic Christmas carols, Christmas tunes right there. Love listening to that. Love to see all the Christmas balls just floating. And like you see right there, the reflection of the tree. Christmas is my favorite. And I love how Hollywood Studios does it. And I love that the projections on the Hollywood Tower Hotel is constant. It's not like
Right.
you're just waiting for one quick show and you're done. And, you know, I also think that they should bring back 2 shows on, Mann's Chinese Theater, which is they need to bring back Star Wars still, and, Jingle Bell Jingle Bam should not be a paid show, but it is because that's what they do for Jollywood.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. The last one was about Disneyland. You've got a Madame Leota mug. It's
Hmm, doesn't look like a mug.
it doesn't look like a mug. Very interesting. And you have a sipper. So, do you like that the two parks get different stuff? Do you like that we have our exclusive day and Disneyland has theirs?
I mean, if you're looking at both sides, I get it. You wanna do something different. I suppose ultimately things should stay different, but there are times where I'm like, "Why couldn't we get that? Why do they get that?" You know? So I don't know what you think, but, yeah, I do we think that everybody should get the same thing? Probably not. But again, there's things that I want and I'm sure it goes both ways.
So while I was looking at that camera, I could not see chat because chat is over here. And so, of course, I was talking about Neil, and he appears. What's up,
Like
Neil?
magic.
I didn't even see that you had jumped in. So Neil, are you booked for one of those bands over in Hollywood Studios? Go ahead, you can tell us. It's okay. You can
He
tell
won't do it. He won't do it. It's too
us.
hot for him. The Neil feel is crazy.
It's Christmas time. No,
Right.
I can only imagine how hot he would be even in that.
Greg agrees, should be different. Should
Should
be
be.
different on both coasts.
Yeah, I would agree with you. I would agree. Um, so real quickly, I'll touch on some of the shows that we have coming up, as I mentioned earlier. So next week we have Disney for Seniors, which is actually a Facebook group that was started by this family that wanted to show how to help how they can help seniors navigate the parks. Um, and so we'll have them on next week. The following week will be our Halloween show. So I have no idea what we're going to talk about then. We'll figure something out.
I'm sure as listening to our guest next week, I can add a professional standpoint as to certain rides, you know, how to transfer someone from one ride to the other,
Mhm.
based on the makeup of the ride, those kinds of things, where you should be as a spouse or a younger family member, things like that. Like I'm thinking of, for example, if you're looking at getting on an attraction like Small World, that's a deep step down. The person stepping down, so you should be in the boat first
Mhm.
and then offer your hands for them to step down, and of course, if there's one leg weaker than the other, you have them step down with the one that's weaker first. So,
Hmm.
maybe I can add a little
Oh,
professionalism for once.
yeah. For once, he says. Then so as I said, October 29th, that should be our Halloween show. And then the following, excuse me, the following week, our guest from tonight, Amy Smith, will be on to talk about traveling with a toddler. And then November 19th, we have just booked a big star, um, to a lot of us, a friend to most of us in the Disney YouTube community. Pete McDevitt will be joining the show on November 19th. So I am excited to have him on. I'm working with some stuff in the background for his channel. Um, he's probably streaming the Yankee game right now because he also does sports in addition to um, Disney stuff. So he'll be on the 19th, and then obviously our holiday shows. And I know that we will have more creators on, more people from the community. Um, I will be reaching out to Eula Toka again to see about having her back on and her family, especially as we get closer to Tiana's Disneyland opening. So she may be joining us as well. So we've got plenty of stuff coming up for all of you.
Sounds good. We're excited.
All right. You want to talk about Victor, and then we'll head inside the parks.
Yeah, sounds good. It wasn't pulled up, but I'll get it pulled up in 1 second here. Let's see. Where'd you go? There you are. It's only a click away. It's only a click away. Oh no. Oh, we lagged a little bit there. Can you hear me okay?
I got you now.
Okay. Perfect. All right, here we go. If you're looking for a home that offers the perfect blend of luxury, comfort, and convenience with Disney World in your backyard, Victor Naraki is a licensed realtor with Vision Home Real Estate LLC, and he's here to help you find the home of your dreams. With over 13 years of experience in the Disney area home market and a proven track record of success, Victor is the perfect partner to guide you through every step of the home buying process. So why wait, Lawrence? Visit celebratingflorida.com today to learn more about Victor's exclusive range of properties and schedule a viewing with Victor. Your dream home is just a click away. And if you go over to Victor's YouTube channel, it is at Victor Naraki, all one word. And you want to go over there and please just subscribe. If you feel like if you know of Give Kids the World and the good that they do in the world, helping families come and experience Disney at no cost, that's where their donation money goes. Victor would love to give $1,000 away in all of your names. We won't individually put your names, but you'll know that you've helped contribute because if he gets 5,000 subscribers before the end of 2025, he's going to donate $1,000 to Give Kids the World. So it's a free thing for you to do. Just go over there and subscribe. Victor's a good guy, like Neil said. And if you look back, if you like looking at homes, like if you're one that watches like home and garden TV and you like watching these house shows and all that, look at a little bit of reality. We just did a video, Victor recently, and it was a lot of fun. And we did some home tours with him right here on the channel.
Yeah, now the homes you did were great. He also did some in Celebration. I mean, he will take you on a tour of all the homes that are right in the Disney area, which is phenomenal. So if you're thinking of moving there or somebody you know is thinking of moving there, make sure to check out Victor's live streams, which are normally on Sundays. And then there's sometimes where he'll do a show during the week and then he'll show the fireworks, and normally he'll take Corey's view from inside the parks and his view from his backyard. That's pretty cool.
That's pretty cool. And like Neil said, sometimes Neil joins him on Sundays
Hmm.
and they do some home tour live streams as well. And you know what? It would be fun to do that with Victor sometime with you.
I am down for doing new home tours. Love it.
I know. You're
That
the
would
home guy, man.
that'd be very cool. Yeah, Victor and I would have a good time. So Victor, me, you, and Neil and Alyssa. That's a party.
That sounds like a party to me. Oh, it's too bad your company couldn't be a sponsor, but they don't have places near Disney.
I know.
So
I know.
they can't do it.
If we become the builder up here for that Disney neighborhood, maybe we'll see.
Yeah, I was thinking of that. How's that going?
They won't start building until like 2027.
Oh,
So
okay.
they are searching for builders for that community. So we are trying to uh become one of the builders there. So we will see.
We'll be here.
I just started walking around all of Raleigh with my Mickey ears just in case a Disney executive is driving by.
Yeah, keep doing what you need to do and, take some pictures, walk the land,
Yeah.
and have Catherine take some black and whites,
Yeah.
you know? Looking like you're in thought like
Yeah.
this, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
And you
One
can look
foot up on
back
a
on that
rock.
later.
Yeah. One foot up on a
'Cause
rock, a long trench coat. Yeah.
yeah, exactly, nice hat,
Nice hat.
and, we can look back on those, like, they'll be vintage,
That's
like,
right.
this is the land, this is where the land was when it was not homes from Disney, and now it is.
You know you have my head now thinking like we could really go do this. I
Yeah.
I don't even know if that land that they own is like fenced off or anything, but we're gonna see what we can do. All right.
You
Before
know
we get into trouble and get arrested for trespassing, let's let's go inside the parks.
what can I say? Inside the Parks was, brought to you by Hollywood Studios 2 times in a row, which tends to go against my formula, but had to do a sidestep last week because we're normally live at the parks on Wednesday nights, and I was slated for Magic Kingdom, and Lawrence alerted me that there was a Halloween party at Magic Kingdom, so I had to pivot from that and definitely choose another park. So it was either Epcot or Hollywood. So I chose Hollywood, actually, thinking that we do Magic on Saturday, but we have definite plans with friends this coming Saturday at Magic. And I haven't been to Magic in a bit. So tomorrow I'll be live from Magic because Jungle Cruise is reopening and won't guarantee that we'll get on it based on crowd wait time. But I think if we put enough effort into it, we can do it. So, um, again, it was Hollywood Studios. I just thought that not much really stood out on Tuesday night. You did have Phantasmic with 2 shows, but I think the first one was canceled, if I recall. So but
Yes.
they did the second one did go off, and again, if you can stay I had a guest ask Tammy and I on Saturdays while we were there, "How early should she get in line for Phantasmic?" And I said, "Well, are you willing to wait till park close?" And they couldn't wait for some reason or didn't want to. Excuse me. So I said, "Well, you're probably going to have to wait minimum like an hour or 45 before because people are starting to. I feel like people are starting to line up earlier than ever."
Yeah, I don't understand it.
And that's when I call people out like, "We all have to wait in line, and you're ruining our park day because you're taking, like, an hour away from me," and I'm saying me as speaking for all the other guests that don't wanna wait that long. "You're ruining our evening at Hollywood Studios because you wanna wait in line 90 minutes before, which makes the rest of us have to do that." So I won't do it. So those are the nights we don't see Phantasmic because 90 minutes is really crazy. And so when you have two, all right, so we tested that theory again, right? Saturdays, Tammy and I were there. We literally watched Wonderful World of Animation on the Chinese theater that ended at what, 9? Little after 9:10, 9:12, something. And we strolled right down Sunset Boulevard and walked right in and had great seats for I had the seat that I would have chosen if I was the first to sit.
Mm. Yes.
So,
Yes. Yeah, it's funny. I don't know. It really does seem I remember the first time that I saw that I feel like it's been a couple weeks and you maybe were coming from Tower of Terror or something and people were lined up and I'm like, what if are they giving out something? Because there's no way these people are lined up this early for an 8:30 show. I think it was like 7 or just after 7 and people were already lined up. I don't understand, especially on a night where there's 2 shows. why you would spend an hour and a half of park time lined up for a show that's been around, what, 20 years? I'm not saying it's not the best show. I'm just saying it's been around 20 years. It's not like it just came back. It's been back now for a little bit. So it's just weird that people are lined up so early for it. Unless it's just something that actually does continue to happen and we are just now noticing it. But I feel like we would have seen that before.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if it's just been happened to be a few times that I traveled down that way and then came back up, and normally maybe at that time of night I'm not in that area, but it's just definitely something I've been noticing recently. And Neil is right, he it happens everywhere. It happens for the parades at Magic. It happens for everything.
Yeah.
I don't know. Some people just have that mentality. They want a spot and they're willing to wait for it, and great for them. It's 100% awesome for you if that's how you want to spend your time. But it does force other people to pivot and
Mhm.
do something they don't want to do.
The word of the day,
So
pivot.
the word of the day is pivot. It is pivot. So I don't know. It was a fun day. It was the first time. Little fun fact. It's it's the first time ever since living in Florida and since we had kids, which counting vacations as well, that Tammy and I went to a Disney park without any children.
How'd that feel? Because sometimes you'll have the kids and they'll kind of go off on their own, but um, this is like this was the whole day, just you guys.
Yeah. Yeah, no meetups later, none of that. Um, you know, it's kind of like it's kind of like we never skipped a beat. Like it felt like it did when we first visited Disney parks before kids. Like that's kind of weird, right?
Hmm.
Um, we had a ton of fun, and I think I joked with Tammy the other day. I said, "I'm gonna go in Jacob's room and tell him that." What did I say? That he doesn't need to come next week either because we had a ton of fun without him. He's like,
And he'd be like, "So go to Disney or stay home and game with the boys." All right, I'm good.
yeah, yeah. He'd be like, I'll be the one.
Yeah.
I'll be the sap. I'll be like, "Oh man, I'm gonna miss you, bud. Come on, come hang with us." But
Uh,
we had a great time. Tammy and I had a really fun time. I feel like we delivered a really fun stream for everybody watching the stream. Had a lot of laughs, a lot of great time. I went to eat some food, something I've eaten multiple times, and everybody knows how much I love it. So I grabbed a little food quick while she went over and went into the Carthay Circle and did a little shopping. And
mhm.
I'm laughing. I'm trying to eat quick, and I'm watching her, and she's talking about all the shirts. She's like, she caught my attention because she's like, "Oh my, now I have a lot of choices here. I don't know what to buy for t-shirts." Because if anybody watches our live streams, you know that my wife Tammy, it's important to her to know what material a t-shirt is. She will rarely wear a t-shirt that is 100% cotton. So she likes 60/40 per makeup. And I could hear her saying, "This 60/40, 60/40. There's like 4 or 5 60/40s." So, I ate as quickly as I could, and I took a little while to come back, and when I came back, she said I had quite the smile on my face because I was also holding an alien sipper.
Mm, yes.
It was my first sipper ever, but that sipper was so cute, I had to get it. And, so we spent some money, on Saturday. We hadn't really spent much money lately, but it was like one thing after another that just caught our eye. And we left with some t-shirts. And when we got off of Star Tours and we were about to leave, I really could have missed what was sitting on that shelf that
Mhm.
day. I came so close to missing it. And I don't know why it caught my eye, but they now have a C3PO head. And I was like, when you look at something, I think everybody's been down this road more than once, right? There are things you look at and you think about it. You all see me sometimes when I'm looking at something and I'm debating and I'm kind of telling you what I'm thinking. I'm like, ooh, I like this. I like this. But do I want to spend the money for it? Ooh, I don't know. I don't know. When I saw the C3PO head, it was decided already. The only thing that could sway me is the price. So when I looked at it and I said, "Oh, that's $320." But I love it. I wouldn't have spent that, but I was like, "God, I would love to have that." And when the cast member said it was $119 before AP discount, I said to Tammy, "That's coming home with us." And that was just based on the fact that he sat on a shelf and his eyes lit up. I was already sold,
Right.
but then it gets better. Then it's okay. So we look at it, we decide we want it, no matter what the cost in our heads anyway. Then we're told that it's way cheaper. Then we see that it's lit up. Sold. Then the guy says he talks.
Mm.
I'm like, "What?" I didn't even believe him. I checked with the cast member next to him. I go, "Does it really talk?" She's like, "Oh, yeah, it talks." Neil saw the head. And then they're like, "Oh, well, his armor comes off too, and he'll look like he did when Anakin built
Oh.
him as a boy." I'm like, "What?" So there's that. Let's recap. He just looks pretty on the shelf. I'm in. Oh, wait, he lights up? I'm even more in. Oh, wait, he talks? Are you sure? Okay. He talks. I'm even deeper. Oh, wait, his armor comes off? I'm even deeper. Then 3PO can go to Sith mode, which is from Revenge of the whatever. What I can't remember the new titles. Um, but his eyes go red and he talks about the Wayfinder like that. There's nothing more he can do besides attaching him to the body.
Yeah.
So we took a chance. The cast member was confident that there would be plenty there. Otherwise, we would have bought it then, but it would have been quite the thing to lug
Sure.
all day. So we took a little bit of a chance. And then as we were coming by about 8 o'clock, we were like, someone in chat, thankfully, said, "Don't forget the head." And we were like, let's just go do this now because, and I was a little nervous walking in just in case there weren't any more,
Mm.
but there were plenty in the back. And someone in chat, if it's correct, said it wasn't supposed to be released till the 16th. So officially not supposed to be out maybe till tomorrow. And we got one.
Boy, oh boy.
So I will purposely look next time we go to see if that's a sold out item and it's funny, the price isn't on it. They usually have those little cards, those little stands that
Yep.
will tell you how much it is.
Yep.
I think if they put what the price is on that, they will be gone in an hour,
Nice.
faster than a small world lug bag on day one.
I agree. That was pretty cool.
Oh, actually, Tammy said there's more at Springs.
Yeah, there you go.
I'll go low quality here and I'll try to show everybody watching. I do have a photo of it. And he sits in my TV room now. And I'm just enjoying him looking back at me while I watch TV. He's pretty. Let's see. Show it to the camera right there.
Mm.
And you just tap his right eyebrow or where the eyebrow over his eye socket and he talks. And he has a lot of quotes. I don't know if he's said them all, if I've heard them all yet, but he has a lot of quotes. Did you get to hear him when we were live?
No, I might have been sleeping.
Nap time. It was your nap time. Tammy says
Actually,
lug bag. Ha ha ha.
was that
And there are more at Springs. There's more C3PO heads at Springs. We saw those there.
that was Saturday?
Yeah.
No, that wasn't the Mets game. No, I don't know what I was doing.
Mm.
I was gonna say if it was Sunday, then no. I was watching the Mets game. So very, very cool. So I wanted to do a quick new segment. So I'm in a lot of Facebook groups for annual pass holders and stuff like that, and questions always come up. So I thought we could be of help to some of these folks. But this one I just saw and I thought, oh, that's pretty good question to start with. What has been your favorite Epcot concert over the years?
Boys to Men, and I think I speak for Tammy too.
Mhm.
For me, it would be Boys to Men. If I thought of a secondary and tried to speak for Tammy and I, because we share a brain anyway. It's so funny, I'm gonna go off track for a second. We don't even have to talk a lot of times. And we went to the movies, we pay for A-list, we pay for a special line to stand in for popcorn and everything.
Mhm.
And I just feel like that m a good amount of people that stand in that line didn't pay to be in that line, but they go in that line anyway.
Mhm.
And a girl was in the line, and I turned and looked at Tammy, and then I looked away, and then I looked back at her, I go, "I'm gonna test you. Do you know why I gave you that look?" She goes, because you don't think that girl belongs in the line?" I said, "Yep." That's good stuff. My second would probably be Starship. We really enjoy Starship, if I wanted to add a second.
I've never seen a concert at Epcot. Um,
What?
Never seen.
You're lying. Absolute lies.
Now, we did during our 4-park challenge last year, we did watch,
I saw the
Evolution
Motown
a
Boys.
little bit.
Yeah.
But I won't say that I count that one because we weren't sitting down for it. We just kinda stopped just to listen to a couple songs.
Sailing takes me away. Is
But
that, Christopher Cross?
that's Christopher Cross. But most of the ones that you have streamed recently, I really enjoyed. The Pointer Sisters, Boys to Men, the Both Years, Tiffany. I mean, there's been some really, really good ones.
Tiffany's fun. Like Neil said, Taylor Dane was
Hail
amazing.
Sage,
I think we were all just raving about the shape she's in for her age and the movement she had on stage and
yep,
all that. Like Neil and me and, Alyssa, Tammy, we were just like, wow,
yeah.
you know?
Even Aloe Black was that last week?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. I thought even that was great. So yeah, there's
And I
been
didn't even know who he was by name. I had to be told, and I was like, "Oh, we'll go see that. I know that
yeah.
song. I like that song."
Yeah, and then, even all the other songs he did great. The Spinners, yeah, oh
Did we
man,
see the Spinners? Did we
yeah,
see the Spinners?
yeah,
Is that one of the shows we
that
saw?
one she did, yeah.
Oh, the Rubber Band Man. That's right. Ah. Oh, that was, you all didn't even hear the funny exchange between between Neil and Tammy in private conversation about that band and all that. Tammy's like, "I don't know what that is."
So here's a question that came up today. Any suggestions for resorts for Christmas? I am blocked out for the parks that time frame, but want to spend the holidays in Disney.
Wow, isn't that great? Well, we're gonna assume all right, if cost is a thing, I wouldn't I mean, I would think that you wanna stay there and actually have some Christmas decorations, Christmas feel, right? Okay, if it doesn't matter, I'm always a fan of All-Stars, right? All-Stars, great. It's affordable. Um, I've never been to the All-Star for the holidays. But I'm only gonna guess that I don't think you get a ton of Christmas decorations at places like Art and Pop and the All-Stars.
I would hope that you do it pop, but I don't know. We've only
Yeah.
when we're there for the holidays, we are normally off. Well, no, we did say to Art of Animation for Christmas one year, and I don't remember anything additional. Um, but I only say pop because think about what you could do with the theming there, right? For the lobbies, as you go into a building that's in the 60s, it's more decorated for the 60s,
Silver Christmas tree, right? That
right?
kinda thing.
Yes. So hopefully that would be the case. But let's say that they are not staying. Let's say they're local pass holders and they just want some Disney feel, but they can't go to the parks. Which resort would you suggest
I would suggest like, just to visit.
to get that Christmas?
Okay. Yeah, so I think number 1 is the Grand Floridian. The tree is just huge. Um, So I think Grand Flow is the number one because you get the gingerbread house, the opportunity to try different things there, different sweets, and they have a listing of what the ingredients are. How many pounds of this and that, and just a nice atmosphere. You can probably sit down and just listen to the piano a little bit, have a snack.
Mm-hmm.
So, um, not that we're ranking them, but that would probably be my number one. That one stands out the most to me. The other one that stands out really is, of course, it would kind of just be the lobby you'd be appreciating, but the couple of trees, Wilderness Lodge is a nice place to stop over to, as well as very similar to that is what else am I thinking of? Well, I guess there's that one. Those two have some pretty huge trees. Am I missing anything with some heavier Christmas theming?
So those
I
two,
don't recall the Poly doing much.
mm, those two definitely stand out. In fact, somebody put in Wilderness Lodge. Any other answer here is wrong. So apparently that's their favorite. Wilderness Lodge gets a lot of votes. Grand Floridian gets a lot of votes. Um, Someone said Boardwalk.
Yes, thank you, Neil. I was thinking of that and then I got sidetracked. Yacht and Beach Club is nice. They also do like the carousel. They make a carousel out of gingerbread.
Oh, yes. I've seen
And
that.
I do make it a point to go there,
Yeah.
and we'll do that again in December. We'll visit all those locations because 'cause we'll be out of the parks for a couple of weeks,
Mhm.
the Disney parks. So, we normally do, like, Universal and Grinchmas on a Saturdays, and there'll be another Saturdays where we do Skyliners again, and, we'll stop over there and look at that stuff. It'll be a nice time. So, we'll do that too. So, yeah, Polynesian's beautiful, like Neil said, but Yacht and Beach Club goes all out with some things as well, and so is the Contemporary. So those will be good. Those are some good options.
Um, Somebody said I'm at Hollywood Studios today, and they finally fixed the guns that lower on the AT-ATs.
Oh, he's had a lot of gas lately. Every time I walk under him, he's like expelling.
I don't even know that I knew that they moved.
I think that I saw them move once, and I was like, oh, okay. So there you go. Good stuff.
Yeah, how about that? Very cool. Yeah.
I thought at first you were going to say they fixed the guns in
Oh,
Rise.
we wouldn't have been doing the show. You would have been you'd have been over at Hollywood Studios.
I really wish they could
Oops.
fix those guns. I'm sure there's a solid reason why they're not getting fixed, but I really wish that those would have been fixed.
Sorry, folks. Tonight's Dizpod's been canceled. Corey's got to go on Rise of the Resistance single rider line continuously. So yeah, I thought that was kind of cool. We'll kind of do that a few of those every episode. Neil says you can purchase gingerbread cookies at many of those places. That's very cool. And I do remember the carousel, the gingerbread carousel from last year. So it should be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to this season as we announced a lot of new stuff coming to the parks. Santa Claus in Dino Land, juggling elves. That should be kind of cool. So we'll see how it goes. We've got plenty of stuff coming up this holiday season that we'll be talking about. Of course, we have to do a Thanksgiving episode so I can wear my Thanksgiving button down shirt that Catherine loves so much. And now I have the camera in the back, so you can get the rear view of the shirt.
You have to wear that red suit jacket again at some point.
I got to get my money's worth out of that, right?
Yes, you do. You
I,
do.
I have no idea what I paid for it. It might have been $18.
$18 too much. No, just kidding.
If only I could have Catherine take it apart and seam it back together correctly, but that I'm not going to put her through all that work. She'd be like,
She
"Oh,
would love to do it.
No, she'd be like, "Oh, honey, it's ruined. Sorry, sorry,
Yeah.
I broke it."
How's things going with her new machine? Is she wearing it out?
The other day, so there was something at school where she needed blue and orange to match the company's logo of who's sponsoring it. And I was like, blue and orange, hello, Mets fans. Um, but Finley didn't have anything that was Mets that fit her. So of course, Catherine went and made her something. So
Of course.
yeah,
Of
so
course
she
she
made her
did.
an orange skirt with Mets pockets. So and of course Finley loved it. So yeah, she's been getting some good use out of it, and she's been selling um the older clothes that no longer fit Finley. Uh,
Nice.
yeah, so every now and then we'll have some random parents coming to pick up some clothes.
So I did make the costume change. And, here's the shirt. It's a Maze Diz. Look, I can make the X-wing fly.
There you go.
This is amazing. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. I thought you would like that one.
Yeah. I love it. Love the blueprint
Hmm.
look. Have to wear this to Hollywood someday.
And mine
Be
is
good.
Star Wars. It's a very light shirt, so you can't really see it, but where you see the colors, it says Star Wars. And 1976, not for the year that Star Wars came out. It's my
Ah. Where did you get that shirt?
upstairs.
Ah. I know my merch. I know my merch.
Yeah,
I know that
that's
wasn't a
on
park
the
shirt.
second floor.
Aha. Neil wants to know if any of you are gonna be here for Thanksgiving, anyone? I will be here, but not in the park.
That
We'll
was a
be at Hollywood actually, we'll be at Hollywood no, we'll be at Universal Studios for Grinchmas the weekend of, Thanksgiving. So there you go. There's an announcement that just came off the top of my head.
very nice. Neil, I have no idea. We're trying to book a trip for November because mom wants to go before December 12th or something like that. So we may be there. I'm still trying to play around. Now that Finley's in actual school, it's a little tougher because we don't want her to miss school, even though it's only kindergarten. We still would rather her not miss school. But we'll make the trip educational. We'll have her do the scavenger hunt. We'll make it educational. There you go.
There you go. That's how you do it. Don't come the week of Thanksgiving though, because I can't hang out with you.
All right, Neil. Veterans Day it is. No, I don't know. We're looking. We'll figure it out. We'll certainly let Neil know. No question about that.
Neil says he celebrates at Disney World. He celebrates every meal and every day at Disney World.
What a
It's
life.
no different. I know. I
What
want that life someday.
right. So hey, it's 8:58. Which means that Luminous is about to start. And we're not there to watch that. How about that?
We're
Uh,
not.
but if I can find it real quickly, you just keep talking and I'll try and find what I'm looking for.
Oh, okay. Captain Mickey Mouse was talking about he wanted you to show the new test track cars. We showed a picture of that a little bit earlier, so if you scan back, you can see it. Um,
Yeah, no real
and
updates there that I saw. Dr. Disney didn't have any, so I don't know that there's updates to that. But we we um, we just had a kind of a recap on what was coming up this year. Uh,
Michelle Hollensteiner just can't wait to hear that Grinch voice, and I do pull that Grinch voice out as we get into the holiday season, the holidays. We get into the holidays. We can look forward to a lot of Grinch out there, out in the parks, and I even go into places like Magic Kingdom. So you just have to watch out; it'll pop out whenever you don't even know it. So always keep on listening, everybody. Could be 6 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock. You just never know.
love it. Um,
Thank
so
you.
so we're gonna end now, and if you want to go over and see Luminous, Rich J, who is normally in our chat, he's a new streamer, and he's streaming Luminous now. So I'm gonna put the link in the chat if you want to go watch. So tell him that we sent you over, and you can check out Luminous. I didn't see what country he's at, but there you go. You can check that out.
Welcome to the Great Gathering,
Yes,
right?
that's it. So thank you all. Again, next week we're going to be talking about traveling to Disney with seniors, with seniors from their Facebook group. We'll be putting that link in the chat for you next week, and we'll see. I don't remember if there's a game scheduled that night or not. If there is, hopefully we are playing in it. The Mets are now tied one game apiece, so I'm very happy. My Mets Mickey hat is sitting right behind me. And go Red Sox.
Always go Red Sox. They're saying it's going to be a huge off season, so we will see. The only other thing I have to say that's sports related is I really liked what I saw for the Patriots. We lost 41-21, but I am elated. We all in Boston feel like we had a victory on Sunday because our beloved savior, Drake May, took the field he rushed for like 35 yards, threw for over 250 and 3 touchdowns. So, against a tough Texans defense. So,
Yeah.
the future is now, and hopefully the Patriots organization will go out this season, at the end of the season, and pay up for some linemen, get them a stud receiver, and we're good to go. And by the way, the Jets still stink. So they
What?
signed Devontae Adams today. They traded for him so he and Mr. Rogers can get back again. But I sent you a wonderful GIF of Aaron Rodgers
Yes.
yesterday, and you watch the Mets in a group, right, of people. I do enjoy that. I belong to a website where we watch football together on their Discord, and it just makes me laugh all the time. And I got that photo or that GIF from someone that posted that after Rodgers got sacked again and again. And I'm going to do it again here. I'm going to show everybody this is Aaron Rodgers on the ground one time. It's priceless. There's my gift to you for watching live. There you go. A little off the rails again. But that's an amazing GIF. Maybe one of the best I've ever seen. So,
all right,
yeah.
very cool. So final word from you, Corey?
Final word from me. Well, we will be live tomorrow night at Magic Kingdom. If the line isn't too bad, we will hit some Jingle Jangle Jungle Cruise and just have some fun. Maybe it'll be a Dole Whip night. You never know. We'll be looking for that snack, and we'll do that. And we're doing Magic Kingdom again on Saturdays. It'll be a longer stream, of course, starting maybe sometime in the 3 o'clock hour. I think we got to cut a vlog earlier that day. But hey, we'll go to does Magic stay open till 11 on Saturday? I'm assuming.
I think so.
Yeah. So we'll be dancing on Main Street with all of you up till about midnight, I'm sure. And just have a lot of fun doing it. So how about you?
For my final word, I'm going to reach into my weird but true Disney book that I got for my birthday from Catherine. Since you just mentioned Jungle Cruise opening back up, Walt Disney originally wanted real animals to entertain guests on Jungle Cruise.
Wow.
So there you go. So I'll throw some of those at you every now and then. 300 of them right there. There you go. All right.
All right.
Everybody, good night. Thank you for watching. I'll put the link in for Rich J if you want to see Luminous again. There you go. And come back next week. We'll talk about traveling with seniors and a whole bunch of other tips right here from the Park Bros.
Sounds good. Until then, we're just a couple of bros talking Disney. Good night, everybody.
Good night.